CanMNT number 2 goalkeeper in Dayne St is currently being linked to a transfer to Toronto FC, and this would be a monumental deal in terms of Toronto FC's rebuilding process and their search for a number 1 goalkeeper. But this is huge for Dayne St as well. Moving to a Canadian team is massive, and this would be huge for his footballing career, but he's also been phenomenal for Minnesota United with his time at the club. But he's most notably been brilliant in the past season for Minnesota United, which saw his stock take a huge rise to 1.5 million euros on transfer market, which truly shows how good the young Canadian 25-year-old goalkeeper has been for his club side Minnesota. But this is a huge transfer rumor for Dayne St and Toronto FC. But guys, I believe this is the perfect match made in heaven for Dayne St to end up at Toronto FC, and I'm going to give you guys my reasons why TFC need to do everything they can in their power to trade for Dayne St. But before we jump into things, guys, and give you guys my reasons for this transfer, drop down below, hit that sub button, drop a like, and let me know what you guys think down below in the comments on if Dayne St. should join TFC and if it's the right move for the CanMNT goalkeeper for you guys as well. We're going to jump straight into things of some of my reasons why, guys. But we're going to start off with the rumor first of all. Can Soccer on Twitter has come up with a rumor that TFC Alive are actively in discussions with Minnesota for a possible trade with CanMNT keeper Dayne St. And they've had close connections with people who are close with the clubs, and this is huge as Dayne St. would be a huge transfer for Toronto FC, and this is a big rumor from Can Soccer as this would be a massive move for TFC. They would be able to get that Canadian quota, which is of course a big thing to tick off as well, but they currently only have one goalkeeper in a 21-year-old backup who they've just acquired in Thomas Romero, who is definitely not going to be starting at all, and they're still out there searching for a number 1. And it is going to be very interesting to see what they get. But Dayne St. is the perfect match for me. A player who is very calm and confident on the ball. He's able to play with his feet. He is also very composed as well. But what he can bring you is amazing shot stopping as well. As you see what Dayne St. has done this season, having 32 appearances for Minnesota United, with 48 goals conceded and 5 clean sheets, and starting 94% of those matches, and has a 20% penalty save as well. Dayne St. is just absolutely brilliant, and for me, after this 2022 calendar cycle for the Canadian national team, he should 100% start to be getting more opportunities with the national team as well. I think he should be starting over Maxime Crepeau, and I also think he should start to take over roles over Milan Boyan. Milan Boyan should become a number 2 and start to be that experienced leader who is behind Dayne St. and starts to teach him. And I think this would be a huge opportunity for Dayne St. Another thing you got to look at is Dayne St. When he is on the ball, he's more of a modern goalkeeper. Yes, he's very good at shot stopping, but he's very more adjusted to the modern game. And I think with Bob Bradley's system, playing out of the back, I think that'd be brilliant for Dayne St. But you also got to look, when Matt Turner was at New England Revolution, he made that huge step up to Arsenal after a brilliant season. I think a huge season at TFC where he might face a lot of shots, especially a rebuilding year. He's going to be in the eyes of things. Players like Lorenzo Insigne, Federico Bernardeschi, all of these big names around you. A lot of clubs are out there watching TFC, and having people like Lorenzo and Bernardeschi on your side, hearing from them, having agents, all those connections is going to be huge for Dayne St. And I think after this huge season at Minnesota United, he could have earned himself a move abroad to Europe, in my opinion. But I think another huge season in the MLS is going to be massive for Dayne St. And if he can build on last season, especially if a team like TFC, who also always get the media attention with the likes of, like I said, Lorenzo Insigne, Bernardeschi, all these big names around the club, they always have the media attention. The media eyes are always on TFC. It's just a thing that comes to be expected. But having a goalie like Dayne St. would be huge for the Canadian aspect of Toronto FC as well. They have Mark Anthony Kaye. They have so many young Canadians there as well. But having a huge goalkeeper in Dayne St. and being able to possibly get him this year, get a huge trade with him, get some more players around the club, having huge number 1 like Dayne St. and then maybe next year, maybe he gets himself a big transfer to Europe, you get another huge cash influx into the club, you're able to keep progressing, because Dayne St. would be a huge key piece at Toronto FC, and I think it'd be a massive trade. And for myself as TFC fan, if you don't want Dayne St. it'd be absolutely makes no sense. But for me, James Pantemis is also a great option. He's right now currently a free agent after Montreal let him go. He is also a fantastic option. I would love him as a Canadian fan, as a TFC fan as well. But for me, Dayne St. is the perfect match for Toronto FC. Whether you look at Bob Bradley's style and being able to play modern game and be able to be a modern goalkeeper, Dayne St. Clair fits that to a T. He's completely a modern goalkeeper. When we saw him for Canada against Bahrain, he was very calm and composed on the ball, made some terrific saves, played in a terrible pitch. He looked phenomenal. And we need a calm and composed goalkeeper for Toronto FC. Going through a rebuilding time, you're going to be able to face lots of shots. You're going to have a big chance to show your quality for a team that always has media attention. This is a match made in heaven for me, guys. CanMNT star Dayne St should be starting for Canada very soon. But for me, Toronto FC need to do everything in their power to trade for Dayne St. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. You guys think Dayne St. should move to Toronto FC? Is it the right move? Is it the right time for Dayne St. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Hit that like, drop a sub, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.